Okay. Let me know when everyone's good to go. Everyone's right. Okay, well, good morning Queensland and good morning Cairns. It's wonderful to be in Cairns here for a very exciting event, and we'll be officially opening the Smithfield Bypass, a great election commitment of our government, driven by the local member Craig Crawford, but benefits especially the northern suburbs of Cairns, and we'll be officially opening that very shortly. But I just want to give you the COVID update for Thursday. So we have 0 community cases, so Queensland, that's fantastic news, but we have 3 new cases in hotel quarantine. Now I just want to advise people that these were people who'd come in from Victoria, they've gone into hotel quarantine, and they have been unvaccinated. So the virus hunts down the unvaccinated, and there's a clear example today of 3 people coming into Queensland, and they were unvaccinated and they have the virus and been detected in hotel quarantine. So it's absolutely imperative that we continue to drive this vaccination program. We've had 9,465 tests in the past 24 hours, so well done Queensland. You've got to keep coming out and getting tested. And now we are at 85.29% first dose, so that's excellent news, and 74.51% are fully vaccinated. So as you can see, we're getting closer and closer to that 80% double vaccinated, and as you can see, we are steadily climbing up to that 90%, and we really do need that 90% as quickly as possible, because the virus will hunt out the unvaccinated. Now, I'm very pleased to be here in Cairns, and the vaccination rates from our data on Monday is good news for the Cairns community. We know that Cairns is a tourist destination. I was on the Gold Coast earlier this week, and the Cairns vaccination rates at the moment have increased above the Gold Coast. Now, because Cairns and the Gold Coast are some of our top tourist destinations, I really need these areas to increase in their vaccination rates, because eventually they'll become international tourist destinations as well. So we really want to see those vaccination rates really above the 90%. So at the moment, Cairns is sitting on 84.9%, which was a 3% increase on the previous week, and a 71.7% double dose. And as I said earlier this week, the Gold Coast is sitting on 84.1. So we really need to continue to drive this. So look, I understand people have concerns out there, and some people have concerns about the vaccination. Can you please just go and sit down with your local GP or talk to a friend who's had the vaccine? It is safe, it is effective, and you don't want to catch COVID. Honestly, I don't want to see families, loved ones ending up in ICU or in hospitals. So please, please, please go and get vaccinated. I understand there are concerns out there. Go and sit down and speak to your local GP. Here at the Cairns Convention Centre, they're doing a great job. They had 300 people who came in yesterday, and across the region there were 800 people who were vaccinated. So look, I'll hand over to Minister Crawford to say a few words, Minister Bailey, and I think Cynthia and Michael may want to say a quick few words, and we'll take some questions, and then we've got the official cutting of the ribbon for the Smithfield Bypass. Thank you, Craig.
Thanks very much, Premier. Look, a huge day today for motorists on the northern beaches of Cairns. For 2 years you've watched this road grow. You've seen the cranes, the concrete, you've seen the bitumen, and it's probably been tormenting everyone as they've been sitting in morning and afternoon traffic. Well, today is the day that you get to drive on it. Very shortly we will take away the witches' hats. The traffic controllers will start to allow traffic to flow. I want to thank those 45,000 motorists every single day who have endured this and who have fought for this. I want to thank the Cairns community. This was a big push back in 2017 to our Premier and to Minister Bailey. There was a sustained push from the Council, from the Cairns Post, from Advance Cairns, and of course from all of the local members, including myself. We won back in 2017 to get the announcement, but of course today is the biggest win of all. And I also want to thank the Department of Main Roads, Transport and Main Roads, who have done an exceptional job in bringing this big project together. So a big win for everyone. Today is the day for the Northern Beaches. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister.
Thanks very much, Premier and Craig. Look, this is a great day of celebration for every Northern Beaches commuter coming into Cairns, because they're going to save so much time being able to bypass the roundabout there and the Captain Cook Highway on the new Smithfield bypass. This is a day of celebration for every motorist going through there. This is also a day for Craig Crawford. Craig championed this project from day one as a first-term MP. He was twisting my arm from very early on to get this done, and today he's achieved what he set out to do, and that is to look after those people in the Northern Beaches coming into CBD every morning for their jobs, to be able to get there in a way that saves time and is smooth and is easy. And so this project is a fantastic one. $164 million worth of state government money, 100% funded by the state Palaszczuk Labor government, and we've seen an 82% local content on the job, 175 full-time jobs right throughout the project, with 850 workers inducted onto this site, and we've seen nearly 100 local businesses benefit because of the supply needed for this bypass. So what I say is fantastic to see this open. It's going to be a real day of celebration. I welcome everybody on Sunday for the fun runs and the cycles and things, to have a great time on there to claim that space for the community. It's going to be good fun, and but for motorists, awesome day.
Thank you. Well, it's absolutely wonderful to be here with the Premier and the ministers here today, and I want to congratulate Minister Crawford for delivering such a vital project for Far North Queensland. But right now we need to also think about the vaccination rollout. I've recently visited Thursday Island as well as Horn Island to talk about the vaccination rollout and getting more people on board. It is critical that we get more people vaccinated. We know we are coming towards the 17th of December when our borders will open, and it is really important that we get mass coverage of vaccination, or people vaccinated right across the region. I can't stress this enough. I encourage people in my community, people right across the Far North Queensland. It is important to see infrastructure projects being delivered. It is important to see the health and well-being of our community, but right now it is up to all of us to work together to make sure that we're on the same page, we're all vaccinated, and we're tackling this global pandemic as best as we can. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'll just do the tail end and say lovely to see you all. And I firstly want to thank the Premier for having it indoors today, because the air conditioning is fantastic. It is a little humid out there. It is terrific, as Minister Crawford mentioned, to have not just the Premier but also the Transport Minister here. This has been a labour of love for Minister Crawford, and I certainly know that people in the Cairns electorate will be also the beneficiaries of the infrastructure. And I think it's also an opportunity to remind each and everybody just on the amount of money that the Palaszczuk Labor government is spending in regions in infrastructure. We are talking billions of dollars, and you're seeing a real commitment to the regions, and that's why we are so pleased to be able to be a part of the opening today. In addition to that, it would be remiss of me not to say that I am very pleased, as the member for Cairns, to hear that not only are we ahead of the Gold Coast, we're also ahead of Townsville. We're competitive. We need to make sure that we keep it up. We know, as the Premier said, that we want to be welcoming tourists in, not just domestic tourists, but inevitably we will be seeing international tourists. They are part of the culture in this part of the world. We need to protect ourselves, we need to protect our loved ones, and we need to protect our community. So please, I implore each and every one of you who haven't, please come through here to the Convention Centre, and a full range of pop-ups that we have on a regular basis. Get yourself vaccinated so we can break the back of this insidious virus and move forward. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Michael. That's right. Any questions?
Premier, when are we on track to get 90% double dose?
We're still looking at around early January, but it just depends how quickly we can get to that 80% double dose. But fingers crossed, everything is going really well. So thank you, Queensland, for the great work. But we really do need to make sure that people are still coming out and getting vaccinated.
Is there a backup plan if we don't hit the 90%
Look, we're on target. I'm absolutely confident we are on target, and the evidence is in people coming out and getting vaccinated.
Is there an age group that's still lagging in terms of the take-up rate?
I'll have a look at that data, but we were still concerned about that 18 to 39-year-old age group, but I think we've seen an uptake in that age group over the last 2 weeks.
Premier, do you stand by your comments yesterday that the federal government wants to give Queenslanders COVID for Christmas?
What I'd say there is that I look forward to working cooperatively with the federal government. We've got a national cabinet meeting coming up soon, and I think everyone needs to work together.
How does that comment sit with your call to stop playing politics around the virus?
Yeah, I addressed all that yesterday.
Why should we reopen the borders before the business vaccine mandate takes effect? Wasn't the mandate
Yeah,
about
so
making families feel safe?
business wanted certainty, and they wanted a date they could work towards, and we have given them that date of the 17th of December. Also, too, it gives people that opportunity to get vaccinated now and to have that immunity of their second vaccine before the 17th of December.
Was the PCR debate a communication breakdown with the federal government or a failure from your government?
We addressed that yesterday at length.
Paramedics say they're being burned out due to ambulance ramping. What's the government doing right now to address it?
Look, that's a really good question, and I understand that there are concerns and pressures that are being put on our hospitals, especially with issues such as ramping. But what we have seen, I'm advised, since May, a 30% reduction in ambulance wait times of more than 2 hours. Of course, we can do more, but can I just say, we will see a lot more pressure on our hospitals unless the community gets vaccinated. We're all in this together. We are all part of Queensland. We're all in this together. And the best way that we can protect each other is to get vaccinated, and we can all enjoy our lives like we used to.
Why did the Health Minister refuse an interview with Channel 7 about ambulance ramping?
Look, you'll have to talk to her. I understand she's been sick this week. She's had a COVID test, and I think she's back at work today or tomorrow.
On the Sandy Blackburn murder investigation, what do you say to the family of this murdered woman who wants an inquiry?
Look, I will get a briefing from police before I make further comment on that.
George Christensen has likened the state government's COVID restrictions to the regimes of Nazi Germany and Cambodia. How would you respond to that?
Look, can I just say, look, those comments are definitely out of order, but can I say, if anyone has any concerns or issues, please, there's a lot of misinformation on Facebook and social media. Please go and sit down with your trusted GP. People have had vaccines in their childhood. They have vaccines to go overseas, and now this vaccine is very effective of preventing death from COVID. I don't want to see Queensland end up like what's happened around the world. You're seeing Europe going through another big phase at the moment. There is issues, of course, once again in the US. I don't want to see that here for Queensland, and the best way that we can protect ourselves and all of us and your families is to get vaccinated. Okay.
I know you said the Health Minister has been sick this week, but has she picked up the phone to speak with the federal Health Minister about this PCR testing
Look,
issue?
we've addressed all of that yesterday. Okay?
Minister, Minister Bailey?
Yes. Yes.
Minister, the Smithfield bypass, there's been a bit of criticism that it should have been the Captain Cook Highway that was focused on and that it won't actually reduce congestion. What would you say to that?
Oh, look, the analysis was done on this from day one, and this is the most effective way of dealing with the traffic situation there. It's a lot more effective than doing a 6-laning of the Captain Cook Highway.
Why did it take so long for it to open?
Well, we funded this, and of course the build on this project in far north Queensland is a little different. We have the wet season, so we can't actually build during the wet season. So it is a longer build necessarily because of the seasonal issues up here.
Just on Lockhart River, they're pushing to allow alcohol service in a standalone tavern. Would you support that?
Yeah, look, the community in Lockhart River wants to move to a regulatory model, and that's very much the focus of the leadership there. I support them in that. Sly grogging remains an issue in that community and other communities. So what they've got there is a restaurant that will have a licence. It will be very closely managed, and I think the township is ready for that regulatory model.
New regional flight services were announced this week, but a route from Rockhampton to Longreach missed out. Is the government working with any airlines to make this happen?
Sorry, what was the route?
Routes to Rockhampton and Longreach.
Look, my understanding is that we've announced about 6 or 7 different routes. I understand Longreach was included in one of those routes. There's necessarily, with regional Queensland, usually you have a series of different destinations on the one route because we're dealing with a big state and a very small population. That's how most regional aviation routes work.
How confident are you that there won't be any traffic jams on the bypass this week?
Oh, look, I think we'll see the traffic situation immensely better than it is now. You know, I went out there this morning to meet with Craig Crawford. I could see the traffic bank-ups going for a long way on the Captain Cook Highway. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be a hell of a lot better than that, I can tell you that.
Right. Last questions?
Yeah, sure.
Queensland Water Zone residents say the testing requirements makes reuniting with their family in northern New South Wales impractical if they can't go back and forth daily. Will you consider a Gold Coast and Tweed border bubble that would be exempt from the testing requirements?
We are currently looking at that border bubble, but I think, as you can see at the moment, my understanding is that there's been some cases detected in Byron Bay, and they've actually shut down the backpackers. So these are the sort of issues that we need to look at very closely. But yes, we are looking at a border bubble. Okay.
And Cairns Hospital only has 16 ICU beds, so how confident can you be that we're going to be able to handle a surge once the border's open?
Yeah, well, what we need is everyone to get vaccinated. The more people that are vaccinated, the less pressure is going to be put on our hospitals. And I know that the Cairns Hospital and Health Service does a great job up here. Our hospitals are getting prepared. COVID will be coming in. And let me just say, you don't want to get COVID. So please, please, please sit down, talk to your GP, talk to your friends that have had the vaccine, and please go and get vaccinated. The vaccine centre, where we're standing at today, at the Cairns Convention Centre, is open. They're taking walk-ins. Please come in, talk to someone, and get vaccinated. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Minister.